Hari Purusha, Namah Vajami, Govinda, Hari Purusha, Namah Vajami, Govinda, Hari Purusha.
Attachment to the lotus feet is a perfection that fulfills all desires. He opens my darkened eyes and fills my heart with transcendental knowledge. He is my Lord, birth after birth. From him, ecstatic Brahma emanates. By him, ignorance is destroyed. The Vedic scriptures sing of his character. Our spiritual master is the ocean of mercy, the friend of the poor, and the Lord and master of the devotees. O Master, be merciful unto us. Give us a shade of your lotus feet. Your fame is spread all over the three worlds. We take shelter at your lotus feet. God. Shri Guru Charana Padma Kevala Bhakti Sadma Shri Guru Charana Padma Kevala Bhakti Sadma Charana Padma Kevala Bhakti Sadma Bando Mui Savadana Mate No Mui Savadana Bando Mui Savadana Mate Mui Savadana Ma Chahara Prashare Pai Epavatoriya Jaya Epavatoriya Jahara Prashare Pai Ipavatoriya Jaya Krishna Prapti Hoy Jaha Ate Prapti Hoya Ate Krishna Prapti Hoya Ate Hoya Ate Guru Mukha Padmavakya Chitte te Koriyakya Guru Guru Mukha Padmavakya Chitte te Koriyakya Arna Koriho Mane Asha Arna Koriho Mane Asha Shikuru Charana Sindhu Adamajanara Bandhu Shikuru Charane Rati Ese Uttama Gati E Rati Ese Uttama Gati Shikuru Charane Rati Ese Uttama Gati. Jai Prashade Pure Sarva Asha Acha Jai Prashade Pure Sarva Asha Chakudana Tiloke Jamme Jamme Prabhu Se Loye Jamme Jamme Prabhu Chakudana Diloke Jamme Jamme Prabhu Se Divya Gyanride Prokashito Ride Prokashito Divya Gyanride Prokashito Divya Gyanride Prokashito Prema Bhakti Yaha Hote Adityavinasa Jate Adityavinasa Yat Prema Bhakti Yaha Hote Adityavinasa Jate Vede Gaya Haracharito Yaharacharito Vede Gaya Haracharito Yaharacharito Shri Guru Karuna Sindhu Adamajanara Bandhu Shri Guru Karuna Sindhu Adamajanara Bandhu Lokana Lokera Jivana Lokana Lokera Jivana Aha Prabhu Korodoya Deho More Padachaya Aha Prabhu Korodoya Deho More Padachaya Ebe Jasha Gukshutri Pupana Ebe Jasha Gukshutri Pupana Prabhupada Patita Pavana Srila Prabhupada Patita Pavana Jaya Prabhupada 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 Jaya Prabhupada Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prastaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Iti Namine Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swamin Iti namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Aschachadesha Tarine Namaste. Cartels. Mataji. Pani cartels. Rine cartels. Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Paschachadesha Tarine cartels. Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadada Srivasa Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadada Srivasa Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadada Shivasa Adikora Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Shri Krishna Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadada Shivasa Gora Bhakta Vrindaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadada Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Nitai Gauranga, Nitai Gauranga, Ranga. Nitai Gauranga, Nitai Gauranga, Nitai Gauranga. Nitai Gauranga, Gora Hari. Nitai Gauranga, Gora Hari. Jai Shachi Nandana, Jai Shachi Nandana. Jai Shachinanda, Jai Shachinandana, Jai Shachinandana, Jai Shachinandana, Gaurahari Nand, Jai Shachinandana, Gaurahari. Gora, 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 Hari. Gora, 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 Hari. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama. Nitai Goranga, Nitai Goranga. Nitai Goranga, Gora Hare. Jai Shachinandana, Jai Shachinandana. Jai Shachinandana, Gora Hare. Gora, Gora, Gora Hare. Jai Shachinandana, Jai Shachinandana. Jai Shachinandana, Gora Hare. Gora, Gora, Gora Hare. Nitai Goranga, Nitai Goranga. Nitai Goranga, Gora Hare. Jaya Goranitai, 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 Jaya Goranitai. Jaya Goranitai, 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 Jaya Goranitai. Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Prabhupada. Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada. Gora Premanandi. Jaya Vishnupad Paramahamsa Parivrajacharya Ashtotara Sata Shishimara Savine Grace Boy Charnarvinda Bhaktivedanta Swami ISKCON Samstapakacharya Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai Anant Kota Vaishnava Vrinda Ki Jai Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur Ki Jai Prem Se Kaho Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasa Adigora Bhaktivinoda Ki Jai Shri Shri Radha Krishna, Gop Gopinath Shamakunda Radhakunda Giri Govardhana Ki Jai. Shri Vrindavan Dham Ki Jai. Navdeep Mayapur Dham Ki Jai. Neelachala Jagannath Puri Dham Ki Jai. Dwarka Dham Ki Jai. ISKCON Vancouver Burnaby New Gokula Dham Ki Jai. Shri Shri Gorni Thai Ki Jai. Shri Shri Radhavandana Mohana Ki Jai. Shri Shri Radhavandana Gopala Ki Jai. Shri Shri Jagannath Baladev Subhadra Ki Jai. Gora Premanandi Shri Harinam Sankirtan Ki Jai. Sankirtan Yagya Ki Jai. Brihatmadanga Srila Prabhupada Transcendental Book Production Distribution Studying Ki Jai. Srila Prabhupada Transcendental December Book Marathon Ki Jai. Ganga Maya Ki Jai. Yamuna Maya Ki Jai. Bhakti Devi Ki Jai. Shamaveda Bhaktarinda Ki Jai. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to Sri Guru and Sri Gauranga. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Gopi Janavalabha Girivaradari. Gopi Janavalabha Girivaradari. Yashodanandana Braja Janaranjana. Yashodanandana Braja Janaranjana.
Yashodanandana Braja Janarandana
Yamunatira Vanachari.
Yamunatira Nachari
Yamunatira Vanachari.
Yamunatira Vanachari
Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari.
Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Kunj Bihari
Jaya Gopi Janavalabha Girivaradari.
Jai Gopi Janavalabha Girvaridari
Yashodanandana Braja Janaranjana.
Yashodanandana Braja Janarandana
Yamunatira Vanachari.
Yamunatira Vanachari
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada.
Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada.
Jaya Guru Deva, Jaya Guru Deva, Guru Deva, Jaya Guru Deva.
Jaya Guru Dev, Jaya Guru Dev, Jaya Guru Dev, Jaya Guru Dev.
Nitai Gora Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gora Hari Bol.
Gaur Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol.
Om Namo Bhagavate.
Om Namo Bhagavate
Bhagavate
Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Srimad Bhagavatam. We recently started a new chapter, chapter 48, entitled Krishna Pleases His Devotees. Very simple name, very descriptive. Krishna pleases his devotees. What else does he do but please his devotees? Sometimes he kills demons, but we prefer when he pleases us, devotees. Okay. We have two verses today, text 3 and text 4. So I'm going to read text 3 by myself, and then we're going to do text 4 together. Griyantam avyantam aviksha sasanat. Nobody to.
No, we don't repeat we only repeat the next verse, remember?
Okay, sorry.
Please.
That's true. I'm a little confused here. Sadhya samutaya ijata sambrama yato pasangamya sakibir achutam sabajayam asasad asanadibihi. Translation. When Trivakra saw him arriving at her house, she at once rose from her seat in a flurry. Coming forward graciously with her girlfriends, she respectfully greeted Lord Achyuta by offering him an excellent seat and other articles of worship. Okay, takes 4 together. Tatodava sadhu taya. Tatodava sadhu taya bipujito.
Tatodava sadhutaya bhipujito.
Nyasidad urvyam abhimrishya chasanam.
Nashida durvyam avishrisham chasanam.
Krishno piturnam shayanam mahadanam.
Krishna piturnam shayanam mahadanam.
Vivesha loka charitanya
Vivesha loka chantanya nuvrataha.
Tatodva sadhutaya bipujito.
Tatodava sadhutaya bhipujito.
Nyashidad urvyam abhimrishya sasanam.
Nashida durvyam avishrishya chasanam.
Krishno piturnam shayanam mahadanam.
Krishna piturnam shayanam mahadanam.
Vivesha loka charitanya nuvrataha.
Viveshiloka charitanya nuvratam.
Tatodava sadhutaya bipujito.
Tatodava sadhutaya bhipujito.
Nyashidaduryam abhimarishyashasanam.
Nashadi urdvam avidrisha shasanam.
Krishno piturnam shayanam mahadanam.
Krishna piturnam shayana mahadanam.
Viveshaloka charitanya vrataha.
Viveshloka charitanya nuvrata tatoda vaha saritaya vipujito.
Dodavaha sadhutaya vipujito.
Nyashidat urvyam abhishrimcha chasanam.
Yashita durvam abhishyachasanam.
Vishnu apiturnam shayana mahadanam.
Vishnu piturnam sayanam mahadanam.
Viveshloka charitani anuvrataha.
Vivesha loka charitani anuvrata. Tasodava sadhupaya vipujito. Tatodavaha sadhutaya vipujito. Nyasiddhaduryam abhimishya chasanam. Nyasiddhaduryam abhishraya chasanam. Krishna piturnam sayanam mahadhanam. Krishna piturnam sayanam mahadhanam. Vivesha loka charitanya nuvrata. Vivesha loka charitanya nuvrata. Until good luck, please.
Yeah, Zumalan.
Yes, I'd like to
Yes.
chant.
Yes, Prabhu.
Oh, sorry.
Yes, Prabhu. Go ahead.
Oh, thank you. Tathodhavaha sadhutya vipujito. Nyasidad urvyam abhimrishya chasanam. Krishno piturnang shanang mahadhanang. Vivesha loka charitanya nuvrataha.
Okay. Pune Chandra Mataji.
Okay, tato drava sadhu daya bhi pujato nasidat urbanam abhirashya chashanam Krishna pitrunam sayanam mahadanam vivisha loka charitre anuvrata.
Leela Mataji. Anybody else wants to recite? Tato dhavam sadhu todaya bhijito nasida durvayam abhimrasya kashanam Krishno piturnam sayanam mahadhanam vivesha lok charitanya anuvrata. Thank you, Prabhu.
Okay. Word for word translation. Tata
Tata
also.
also.
Udavaha.
Udava.
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 Sadhutaya.
Sadhutaya.
As a saintly person.
As a saintly person.
Abhipujitaha.
Abhipujitaha.
Worshipped.
Worshipped.
Nyashidat.
Nyashidat.
Sat.
That.
Urvyam.
Uryam.
On the ground.
On the ground.
Abhimarishya.
Animrishaha.
Touching.
Touching.
Cha.
Yeah.
And. Asanam.
Asana.
The seat.
The seat.
Krishna.
Krishna.
Lord Krishna.
Lord Krishna.
Api.
Api.
And.
Turnam.
Turnam. Without delay.
Without delay.
Shayanam.
Shayanam.
A bed.
A bed.
Mahadanam.
Mahadanam.
Very rich.
Very rich.
Vivesha.
Vivesha.
lay upon
lay upon
loka
loka
of human society,
of human society,
acharitani,
achiritani,
the modes of behavior,
modes of behavior,
anuvrataha,
anuvrata,
imitating.
imitating.
Uddhava also received a seat of honor, since he was a saintly person, but he simply touched it and sat on the floor. Then Lord Krishna, imitating the manners of human society, quickly made himself comfortable on an opulent bed. Please repeat. Uddhava also received a seat of honor,
Uddhava also received a seat of honor,
since he was a saintly person,
since he was a saintly person,
but he simply touched it
but he simply touched it
and sat on the floor.
and sat on the floor.
Then Lord Krishna,
And Lord Krishna,
imitating the manners of human society,
imitating the manners of human society,
quickly made himself comfortable
quickly made himself comfortable
on an opulent bed.
on an opulent bed.
Purport. According to the Acharyas, Uddhava felt reverence for his lord and thus declined to sit on an opulent seat in his presence. Rather, he touched the seat with his hand and sat on the floor. Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti adds that Lord Krishna made himself comfortable on a bed located in the inner chambers of Trivakra's home. Om Agyanatimirandasya Gyananjana Sharakaya Chakshuronmilitam Dena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhistam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Svapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavam Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakam He Krishna Karuna Sindho Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gorangi Radhe Vrindavanishpati Vrishabhanusute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vanchakarpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya Patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Iti Namani Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pacharine Nirvishesha Srinavadi Paschatade Shatarine. Someone's microphone should be muted. There's some background noise. Is someone cutting vegetable or something? That's what it sounds like.
It's New Gokul of Vancouver, whoever that is.
That's that phone.
Oh, that's the phone itself making the noise.
That's the only, I think what he's saying is the only microphone, right?
Okay, strange.
We don't hear anything on Zoom, at least I
No,
don't.
we don't. It's absolutely shanti. Shanti.
Okay, because it goes tick, 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 tick sometimes.
Maybe the phone's getting
Okay, the verse once again. Tatodava sadutaya bipujito nyasidad urvyam abhimrishya chasanam Krishno piturnam shayanam mahadanam vivesha loka charitanya nivrataha. Uddhava also received a seat of honor, since he was a saintly person, but he simply touched it and sat on the floor. Then Lord Krishna, imitating the manners of human society, quickly made himself comfortable on an opulent bed. As Krishna declares himself in Bhagavad Gita, Yada yada idharmasya glanir bhavati bharata abhyutanam adharmasya tadatmanam srijamyaham paritranaya sadunam vinashaya chaduskritam dharma samsnapanataya sambhavami yuge yuge. Those are very famous verses of the Bhagavad Gita. Starts with yada yada and ends with yuge yuge. So this chapter is called Krishna Pleases His Devotees. So we could equate it to Paritranaya Sadunam. He comes to deliver the devotees. He delivers them in different ways. He performs beautiful pastimes. He interacts with them. He comes and see them personally and show his affection and love for them. In the previous chapter, we were talking about, well, the gopis were talking about Krishna. Krishna, we were in Vrindavan, and Krishna is away. In Mathura, he is still there. He is away in Mathura. So they were doing remembering. We were remembering Krishna. We saw that they are very absorbed, even more absorbed. It's a different mood. Krishna is there, a certain mood prevails. Then he goes away from the gopis, then they get even more intensely in love with him. And Uddhava witnessed this, and so did we also witness this fact. And I hope we all got inspired by the behavior of the gopis. Krishna performs his pastime, so we may have an opportunity to read about them, to enter into the beauty of his leelas, understand him further, because as we understand how magnificent he is, then it will be easier and easier, more likely that we'll develop attachment for him and love for him. That's the whole point of Bhakti Yoga, is to somehow go deeply inside of us, dig as deep as we need to do to find love, the purity of love that we actually are, to be reawakened to our constitutional, that's a difficult word, constitutional position. What are we constituted of? What is like Krishna? The Bible says God is love, so we are also love, because we're part and parcel of love, so we are also love. And this love, the true and only repository of this love, is God, Krishna himself.
Did we just lose the speaker?
I
Or
think
is it
so,
just-
yeah. No, yeah, I can see them either.
Okay. You have to unmute the, we can't hear you. We lost you momentarily and we can't hear you now. Still can't hear you.
Yeah. So Lord Krishna comes. Now he is specifically coming, exiting his palace to please a particular devotee, Kubja or Trivakra. He is fulfilling a promise given earlier in chapter 42 as he was entering Mathura. He met her. She was very favorably disposed. Miss Congeniality. She was very kind. She was smitten by the beauty of the Lord, the two Lords, Krishna and Balaram. She was totally seduced, vanquished, taken over. She was fascinated by how beautiful Krishna is. His smile, everything about him was very, very attractive to this lady. So, without hesitation, he was very generous, even though it was meant for King Kamsa, a very cruel, very dangerous, fearsome personality. She did not hesitate and give the two lords a very precious ointment that she prepared personally. So this is, she passed the test right there. It was a big test. Like the washerman didn't want to give his cloth. He died. He was punished, severely punished. But she passed the test. So we should also make sure that we pass the test. It is difficult. It is not easy because we all have something that we're attached to. And as we make effort to become devotees, then we have to be willing to surrender everything that we own, and including our very selves to Lord Krishna. It is not to our advantage to hold back, to keep some things hidden behind, and then we don't want to surrender to him. So she's showing us the way to give generously to Lord Krishna. That's what she did. So, wow, applause, bravo, good job. She did well. Well, she's someone to follow, to take inspiration from. This book is also called the Shuka Samhita. Shuka Samhita. Because Samhita refers to something that is phonetically pleasing. It is well arranged, according to euphonics. So it is the syllable, the words are precisely chosen for being pleasing to the hearer, something pleasing to the hearer. And Shukadev Goswami is really expert at choosing words. It's not at random. I like to go a deep dive analysis of the Sanskrit because is incorporating so much of meaning in it. And I'd like to start with the word Achyutam. He refers to Lord Krishna as Achyuta. He could refer to him with so many names. We know Lord Krishna has unlimited amount of names. And dozens and dozens of names are used to refer to him in the Bhagavatam. But he has specifically chosen Achyuta. And also it's a name that was specifically chosen when earlier, when the gopis were addressing Krishna in those chapters dealing with the rasa dance. So Achyuta, let's explore all the different meaning that this refers to. First of all, Achyuta is infallible, is not fallen. Someone who is not fallen is Achyuta. So on the surface, Krishna, he has come to reestablish Dharma, but how is this relating to Dharma, correct conduct, that now he is going to meet a prostitute? So wanting to make clear that this is not an ordinary man, is Achyuta, he is not fallen. We should not consider Krishna to be fallen because he is going to a prostitute. He is firm in his resolve of his reestablishing Dharma. It is not in conflict with what he has to do. So we have to, the onus is on us to understand, to really pay attention, and from the onset, agree that Krishna cannot do anything wrong. And then from this place that we have our consciousness established in, then we should try to understand his actions, understanding that he is not fallen person. So he is not fallen from a divine existence to be reborn like an ordinary man, because that's what Achyuta will sometimes refer to, like a person like us, that we may fall as devotees. If we go to a prostitute, then we become fallen. And then we're liable to take birth again because we are fallen from the path. So Achyuta, because he is not morally depraved, not morally depraved. So indivisible is undeviated. So indivisible in mathematics, Achyuta means is undivisible. See, if I take the number 4 and I divide it by 2, no, you have to so we went from 4 to 2. So there's it has diminished. Whatever you add has been diminished. So he is not being diminished. He's not diminishing his nobility, his godness, his godhood is not being diminished by him acting like this. So it does not perish. It will not make him perish. And also it did not abandon, it does not abandon anybody. Like going to, if a man, married man goes to a prostitute, is like abandoning his wife. So he's not abandoning the gopis. See, now we're back into Mathura. Now it is in the present tense. The gopis were thinking about the future. Will he come back? And thinking about the past. Oh, he used to be with us. Now this action going on now, it is on location in the present moment. Yeah, it is more going on live, exactly. That's what Shukadev Goswami is stressing with the different words he's using. So he is not abandoning anybody by acting like this. He's always, as a Paramatma, he's always with all living entities. So Achyuta is also refers to this function, that is not abandoning anybody. It does not sink down to a lower state of consciousness. It does not decrease. It does not forget his devotees. And is not caused to be agitated. So Achyuta means unshakable. So he's not agitated by the prostitute that he has some lusty desire himself to satisfy. So that's why he's going there. See, we could also be questioning, oh, this society 5,000 years ago was so much better, because as Kali Yuga progresses, things deteriorate. So why was there a prostitute back then? So prostitute back then were not quite the same thing as you would see if you go in Vancouver, Lower East Side, on the street, a poor person addicted to drugs, a drug addict, prostitute that looks really horrible and lives in horrible place. See, those were high standard personalities. They had knowledge. She is aware of plants, medicinal plants. She's able to. She has culture. She's a very cultured person, and she lives in cleanliness. She has a beautiful place, very vast, almost like a palace, you could say, where she lives. The bed she has, we call them lits à baldaquin in French. Baldaquin means with canopies. If you look at the pictures of like in the Middle Ages in castle life, the bed of the king, like it's made of precious wood and it's carved, very elaborately hand carved, and beautiful canopy. Maybe you can picture those. This is the kind of furniture she has. Just her bed was, in today's money, would probably be worth $1 million. You know what I mean? Was very, very, everything was very, very beautiful, very high class. So, and they were fulfilling a need in society, that rather than having men just chasing any woman, then they could go to a person like this and feel satisfaction. They don't need to go and rape a woman or try to deviate, pollute a woman that is not so inclined to this. So a womanizer would be able to have an avenue fulfill his needs, in a acceptable manner. And in most cases, and in many cases, there wouldn't be any actual sexual activities, because some men actually did only need to have somebody listening to them, a woman. Just the presence of the woman, just to be in her bedroom and converse with her is already very satisfying, actually. And not all men that, even to this day, not all men that go to prostitute is for sex, actually. They're more like a confidant. They're more like acting like a psychologist. They're there to listen and give support, give affection. Just the way she moves, her perfume and taking care of the man. It's not necessarily, it doesn't always mean raw sexual activities. It's more on a subtle platform. The man needs the company of a woman because of her energy. It's a special energy, her caring ability, her motherly love. Sometimes a married man doesn't get this at home. It's rather more conflicting personalities, that are married, and it's not a very pleasant situation at home. Or a man is very shy, is not yet married, but he still needs, he has this need of contacting a woman. So this is taking place. So this should be viewed in this sense, that they are very high class people. Still, they're not degraded people. So Krishna acting like this is not a degenerate. And he was not there because he is interested in her reproductive organs. And also Achyuta refers to he will not lose a bodily fluid there, because Chuta means to leak, leaking. He will not be leaking any fluids, bodily fluids. That's what also it refers subtly with the word Achyuta. And Achyuta means also a stream of word. There's literal and there's figurative meaning, right, in a word. So a stream is not streaming forth a whole lot of words, because it will speak very little when it's there. Just by his presence, it's already quite wonderful. So this is about Achyuta, what is Shukadev Goswami is bringing as imagery in our mind by using this word Achyuta. Now she's giving him Sat Asana, is an excellent seat, they say. Okay. So Satasana, it goes further, because they're constrained by time and they're limited by this amount of space. They have to be practical. They cannot elaborate like I'm doing now today. So the way I see this from what I read about it is that when he was sitting, he was radiating virtue, because there's different asanas. Right? In the Ashtanga Yoga, there's different asanas. There's 5 principal one, but there's 80 some more. So his own way of sitting could be called Sat Asana. And Sat will refer to a virtue. So if we just have this vision of Krishna, this is those few seconds, those few moments that he walks toward the seat and he sits on the seat, and we look at him, just this is a wondrous scene in itself. Just any little aspect of this pastime we can take apart, pick apart, and everything is wonderful. The way she comes to him, samutaya. So they say rising, but the word sam is there. Sam mean together. So together with her friends, they rose. They're all very excited. They're all very happy. So it's together they are. And jata sambrama. Actually, the word usually used is jata vibrama to mean that she's all excited, they're all excited, happy. But Shukadev Goswami decides to say sambrama because they're all together getting excited. This is how fluid Sanskrit is. You can, a lecturer can sometimes create his own words. And because we know the context, we understand why is intentions behind doing this. So they're all together. There's a togetherness, like we say, kirtan and sankirtan. Sankirtan is that we get all together and perform kirtan. So there's something very beautiful here. She's approaching him with great respect and a seat. So this seat, we can understand she spent some time, quite a bit of time with her friends to prepare it. Put flowers on it, maybe jewels. She decorated the seat very elaborately. So that was a principal seat. That was the seat of honor for him because he was the main personality there. So with this seat, she was expressing her hospitality. It was a seat of honor. And in this way, she was showing her reverence. She had prepared it, adorned it, garnished it, showing adoration. So she was, it was creating an honorable reception. She was very devoted and zealous in doing this. It was for whom the person in whom reside virtue, goodness, truth, the source of all existence. So this is Sat Asana. And there's even more. It is a celebration, the one in whom there is no interruption. So it's always, there's always, we say the spiritual world is a festival, a continuous festival. Every step is a dance, every word is a song. There's a continuity in his leelas. Whatever he does, it is very fascinating. Just sitting on a seat, for us, it's very kind of benign activity, it's very mundane, nothing so extraordinary. But when Krishna goes to Kubja and she has prepared a seat for him and he sits there, just this is a festival in itself. And there's no breakage. He sits there very solemn, doesn't say a word, but there's a continuity in his pastime. There's no interruption. He is fully present in the moment. This was Sat mean, existence, being, fully, like to live fully. We say sometimes someone died, oh, he lived fully, he lived his life fully. He died doing what he likes. We do sometimes people will say this. So in this situation here, with Sat Asana is saying that he is bringing us in the moment. He wants us to admire this, what is taking place here. Just in this simple thing as Krishna sitting there. So much is there because Kubjas is showing her love or devotion to this simple action. Please sit here, my lord. And he sits very regally. So justice is very beautiful. And another word I'd like to discuss is the very last word we read, anuvrata. So anuvrata, they translating as imitating. Again, considering that they are pressed by time and they're limited by space. But actually, I cannot fully agree with this translation, although it's correct. But anuvrata, see, if they imitating, they could have, if Shukadev Goswami have taken the word anukriti. Anukriti specifically mean to imitate, okay? Anukriti. But Shukadev Goswami specifically chose anuvrata. So why did he do that? Because it means devoted to, faithful. So he's showing that Krishna is not an imitator. Because this word imitation can bring bad connotations. Like someone will imitate somebody else, idiosyncrasies to make fun of him, to ridicule him. So imitation has this bad connotation that it is to make fun of someone, or it is done deceptively. You imitate. So you don't put your heart into it. You're kind of deceiving. You're not truthful in this. But we read earlier, Sat Asana is the seat of truthfulness, Krishna. So it's like an actor. An actor, a very good actor, will enter into the spirit of the character the persona is supposed to display. It's called being in character. He will get in character very, very deeply, that is almost forgetting himself who he is, right? This is a good actor. He's not really imitating, but he's trying to feel how the character is supposed to display how he feels, right? To give a powerful, hard-gripping rendition, right? So that's why Shukadev Goswami is using the word anuvrata rather than anukriti. Krishna is not really imitating, but is really devoted to his leelas. He is acting in a way. See, it says that he is imitating the modes of behavior of an ordinary man, but actually is not disrespectful. Is not meaning to be disrespectful or to be deceitful. Is devoted to his own pastime. So he really puts his art fully into it. He's God. He has this ability, and he's not trying to cheat anybody acting like this. He's really trying to portray as best as he can. And not in any deceptive way.
Okay.
And Vrata also brings the idea of a religious performance, something that you take a vow. Like in the Bhagavad Gita, we talk about Drita Vrata, a great vow. Vow, Vrata is vow also, can also refer to vow. So there's something kind of holy in what he's doing. Shukadev Goswami wants to bring this idea that this is all divine leelas. It's not just Bollywood, some mundane nonsense, but actually there's something very beautiful to be seen in this. Even Krishna is going to a prostitute. It can be seen as something very beautiful, very inspiring, very purifying for us.
Can I say something? Can I say something?
I think the internet is frozen there.
Oh, please, can you fix it?
Okay. It's 9 o'clock.
Can,
That's
can
good.
I make a
Anybody would
remark?
like to comment?
I would, if it's available. I mean, he's obedient to what is
Radhika Devi, I'm
expected.
sorry. I cannot hear you if you're speaking. Yeah.
Fix it.
Give me a...
Is it working? Oh, God, every day.
Okay. Okay, go ahead. I can hear you.
Okay, it is. He is obedient. He's taking a vow to reciprocate his devotee. That is the vow he makes. And that is the whole point. He's obedient. She offered this beautiful sandalwood paste and he's reciprocating. So that's one of the main points of the whole affair. He's obedient to her. Isn't that beautiful?
Beautiful. Thank you for mentioning it. Yes, indeed. He is a very honorable person, Krishna.
He honors the other. He honors the other. That is the point. It's Kubja's being honored.
Yeah, most definitely. So the name of the chapter, Krishna pleases his devotees, and she's the first in line.
Exactly. He starts right at the bottom, or maybe right at the top.
Depending how you want to look at it.
Look, when Krishna entered Dwarka, who were the first persons mentioned to greet them? But the prostitutes. Because you have to remember, prostitutes were the educated women in society, whereas one's own wife might be completely uneducated. And that's one of the reasons, as you pointed out earlier, these men would go to prostitute to have an intelligent conversation.
Yeah.
They were cultured women, where the wife might not be cultured.
We can think of the parallel in the Japanese society.
Yeah, it's exactly, it's a geisha, the mode of the geisha.
Yeah.
Geishas are highly respected women. They're not streetwalkers.
No.
That's the point.
So that is a very important service they render in society, and that shows how uncultured and idiotic modern society is. In many cases, it is rendered illegal. Prostitution is made illegal, but it has its place. Yes,
Isn't there something to be said about, like, you know, if we're going to comment on society in that way, doesn't it say something about, like, how men just can't control their senses? Isn't there something to that as well? Like,
well, it's
because usually, you know, these things are framed.
Can you repeat that?
I will. Usually these things are framed like around the, because what you're, I feel what you were doing is countering the idea that like a prostitute might be kind of an undesirable, right? So okay, that's a good point. But then there's also the point that like men have a big problem trying to control their senses, and that's like a significant point that was even present in the Vedic times, what to speak of now in Kali Yuga. Because, it's interesting because women are often commented upon, like Stephen, we chant every morning, that Lord Chaitanya says, I don't even desire to have beautiful women. Of course, he was a sannyasi, so that's very appropriate that he would say that. Of course, that's, but my point is that the focus often becomes the avoiding the opulence, or what am I trying to say? That women are portrayed as undesirable in various ways because of how they can, you could say, lure a man into Maya. But here it's really, the point is not so much that, it's the point that men have such a hard time controlling their senses. It's something to do with being born in a man's body, I guess, that the only thing that can help society be peaceful when such men are present is to have places of prostitution. And so it just shows you the condition of men who can't control their senses. It's actually quite deplorable. And so, if some people find prostitutes to be undesirable, what to speak of the men who are, who the prostitutes protect society from?
Yeah, we should be careful not to generalize. Only a certain class of men will do that. Not all men goes to prostitute. You like
Oh my God, no.
It is not a fact. It is not a fact, but it always will be this way. It's just for. Well,
I think it's very rare for men to go to prostitutes. Very rare.
Pornography is different. The main thing on the internet is pornography. Yeah, but I mean, I don't go to a porn site myself. I do research. No,
of course, I'm not about you, but like.
No, but I mean, because you're presenting it like every male should be condemned and beat up.
No, I'm not saying that's
No.
that's
Okay, but we also can take blame. No, it's not like just one-sided. You have to be honest, but it's all for reproductive purposes. Like the female, she's not always ready to have sex, and she's not always fertile. There's just a few days of the month where she's peak. No, but let me finish this point. So biologically, a woman, she's not always able to conceive, but a man, she is always able to impregnate. So it has to be like this, because if the man was like the female, only 1 or 2 day a month is able to conceive, to impregnate, then for both of them to match on the same time, it would be rare. So if the woman is not always able to conceive, then when she is ready, then there should be a male ready to impregnate her for the survival of the species. Only for the survival of the species, because we're Dvipada Pashu, we're two-legged animals. But we try to elevate our consciousness. Right? There's this tendency, the man is after sex, the woman is after the money that the man has. So it's a perfect combination. So she becomes, what we say about prostitution is the oldest profession. It's the oldest profession. It will always be there. Of course, we can condemn the man that is doing this, but it's inevitable. It will be there. We know it's immoral. So let's treat this problem in a adult, mature manner, that we have an outlet for this, that they can go to the prostitute. In Arizona, I think it is legal. In some countries in the world, it is legal. And it is fine. They pay their taxes. They're respected. That's a profession. That's what they do. That's what they do for a living. That's how it is. Some people clean room, some people build bridges and whatever. That's what they do. That's their profession. It's just the way it is. Krishna has created a complete society with different kinds of mentality. So some women are able to do this. Not all women are prostitutes, and not all men goes to prostitute.
My point was,
Okay, go ahead.
it's that yeah, and it's more of my point was
The focus is more on the woman than the man?
no, my point is that it's interesting that prostitution itself, it can be considered such a such a plague in society or such a problem, and then but it's meant to solve something that's even worse, and that part totally gets doesn't get addressed even intellectually, and I just find that's a significant point, doesn't it?
Some people, they do know about this, and they're honest about it. And in other countries, like I said, this is Canada, okay, but some other countries it is legal, so it is addressed.
My point is that what the problem
is the man being too lusty man.
And that's like an intellectually interesting point, actually.
Yeah.
And it's like worth kind of like analyzing.
So,
and in fact, many of the things that are spoken in the Bhagvatam are really the underlying message is about the fallen nature of the man in this related to sex life.
Yeah, but
so I find it intellectually interesting.
Yeah, but we all fallen. Women are also fallen in their sex life.
Well, I'm not
as
saying
well.
That, I'm not saying where is the intellect get directed in this conversation? So I find seldom it's about the nature of the man that is the problem. Does that make sense?
Yes. So what do we do?
It's just interesting to reflect on sometimes. I just don't find we do it. When we're comparing the two, because there's an opportunity there to look at the underlying thing. I find we seldom do that.
Yeah, perhaps. I'm not sure what to say about this. That's a complex subject matter. We could study it more to give a correct estimation of it.
Yes, it's interesting, right?
Yeah. But it is a biological function primarily, sex.
Yeah, but there's another thing. Like it's like the nature, right? It's really like.
Well, yeah.
I get the biological.
Yeah, so we have the scriptures, we have education. Krishna comes to reestablish Dharma. So the lower nature is there in man very strongly, but through religion and culture, we try to pacify man. We try to elevate and nobilify, make him a noble person. And this is something that we each of us has to take to heart as devotees to upgrade our consciousness, elevate our consciousness through spiritual practices. But it is a deplorable fact. Yeah, it is. In all societies, in all time, it's always been like this, that the man, there's some very unscrupulous man that will do bad things. In the Kali Yuga, it's magnified many times over. So that's why we have this Krishna consciousness movement. Is a great blessing upon Bhumi, Mother Bhumi, upon this earth. It's a great blessing that with Srila Prabhupada's books, with this knowledge as the temple, the chanting of Hare Krishna, this Harinam Sankirtan can bring about a revolution, uplifting of society. That's what we're looking for. And to do this, it's all individually, we have to work on ourselves and uplift our own consciousness. If you cannot change the world, you can change your inner world. Okay, thank you very much, everybody.
That was satisfying conversation.
Thank you. Okay. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Oh, Zoom? Would anybody else on Zoom would like to speak?
Hare Krishna.
Oh, jai.
Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, beautiful. Perfect.
Thank you. Thank you, Leelananda, for another very nice class. I love the way you break down Sanskrit. It's like you're a Sanskrit scholar, becoming a Sanskrit scholar. But getting back to this point that we're debating, a little other perspective is the Srimad Bhagvatam, the 4th canto, describes how a woman or a wife is like a strong fortress, because a man can't control his senses, and it's recommended that he gets married.
Yeah.
And the wife controls a man's senses by giving him sense gratification. She controls, through the tongue, nice edible foods and other ways as well. And therefore, a good qualified wife is considered a very strong fortress, and it keeps the man content, and thus from such an environment, then society can also be very productive. So, but wife has to be qualified also. It's the man is qualified and the wife is qualified. So a man can't control his senses. He has a qualified wife. It's compared to a really strong fortress, because she gives him the sense of gratification, both on the physical and on the subtle platform that you were talking about also.
Yeah, this is one aspect I like about Vedic culture, Varnashram Dharma. It addresses in a very mature way some very down-to-earth problems in a very practical way. And this is a fact, yes. Ideally, in ideal married life, couple, they complement each other very, very beautifully. And definitely the wife has a very glorious position as protecting in a way. The husband is seen as strong, physically strong. You can protect the woman, which is considered weak, but a woman has also her strength. Where man is weak, she has strength. So it's a nice combination, indeed. And when you read it from the scripture, from God's perspective, that he is the creator, so he knows perfectly well what he has created, and is giving us information. So his information is really to the point and perfect.
If any flaws, you will have a remedy also.
Say what again?
If anything is flawed, then he has a remedy.
Remedy, yes. Mm-hmm. Yes, because he is the manufacturer. He gives the owner's manual. The owner's manuals are the scriptures, right? So it is very beautiful when you read the scripture, because then you get clear understanding of yourself, this world, and your relationship with God and matter. So you understand your position very clearly with the scriptures. That's what is very nice. That's what I like very much in reading the scriptures. It's to my intellect, it's very very beneficial, very, very beneficial, very inspiring and uplifting. Jai Hari Bol.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Yes.
To add all these wonderful discussions, I also remember how Bilva Mangala Thakur was converted from an
Yeah.
abominably bad person to a pure devotee by the influence of a prostitute, isn't it? The prostitute had such a great realization. She was able to transform that person into a wonderful pure devotee. So
Chintamani, she really got on his case very hard.
yeah, yeah.
She gave him the sauce that day. She was her guru Mata. He was very
So
powerful.
yeah, if he's one of the guru, that's right. Anyway, just thought I would add to this discussion. That's all. Thank you very much for a wonderful class.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for your comment. Indeed, yes, that's a very good example. Wow, of a prostitute that took all of a sudden the role of a guru. It really, she had some very strongly impacting words for this man and transformed his heart. Wow. Indeed, very inspiring story. Hare Krishna. Okay, well, on this we'll conclude. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Gaura Premanandi.
Okay, anyway, let's chant 3 times the Mahamantra. You are getting it there? Okay, let's switch up. Let's chant 3 times the Mahamantra for the all of you are wonderful there. Haribo.
Krishna Yadavaya Namaha Yadavaya Madhavaya Ishavaya Namaha Yadavaya Madhavaya Ishavaya Namaha Hare Krishna Yadavaya Namaha Krishna Yadavaya Namaha Adamaya, Adamaya, Keshavaya, Adamaya, Madhavaya, Keshavaya,
Yadam Madhavaya Ishavaya Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama